conference comes at a time when human rights violations are increasing.
At a time when many are questioning the effectiveness of institutions, the resilience of democracy, and the very idea of universal human rights, this gathering and its design reflect a powerful truth. The future of human rights cannot be imagined by one institution, government, or individual alone. It must be shaped collectively. This is why we are here. As we gather in Gaborone, let us remember that human rights do not only live in constitutions, human rights organizations, courtrooms, or in discussions at conferences or parliament for that matter. They live in our homes and communities. They are present in the villages of Neno, Malawi. They walk the streets of Harare, Zimbabwe. They are defended in Mauritius and Seychelles, where communities seek to protect the environment. They are felt in Moroni, Comoros, where the cost of living has placed families and households under pressure. They endure drought in Kunene, Namibia, and Kuanda, Kubango, Angola. And they are woven in communities of the Okavango, where people navigate the relationship between development, livelihoods, and environmental stewardship. These places may be separated by borders and languages, but they are united in one common aspiration: Ubuntu, Hundu, Botu, Umundu, Bundu, Mutu, Batupele. I am because we are.
The Speaker of Parliament in Botswana was equally frank about the impact of systems that violated human rights in the Southern African region before independence.
Consider the story of Cesar Zakama himself, my king, I must declare. A man who in 1948 dared to marry an English woman, Ruth Williams, at the very moment when apartheid was crystallizing across the border in Southern Africa. 1948, you recall, that's the year the National Party took over in South Africa. And Mr. Michael Dingake, may his soul rest in peace, I used to, when giving speeches, reminisce on the slogans of the architects of apartheid. Their slogan, slaying, that racism, that they were standing on the neck of a black man. 1948. The British government, terrified by offending the racist regime in Pretoria, exiled him, that is Cesar Zakama, from his own kingdom of Gammangwatu. For 6 years, he was banished from the land of his birth, not because he had committed any crime, but because the color of his wife's skin threatened the geopolitical calculations of the empire.
Former International Criminal Court Judge Navi Pillay says current conflicts are also affecting the rights of citizens.
Conflicts are multiplying amid a shameless disrespect of international law. Unjust third country deportation arrangements are on the rise. Competition for resources, technology, influence, and markets is intensifying, with Africa as a battleground. Racism and racial discrimination continue to find new and evolving forms. The just concluded World Cup reminds us that the knee is still on the neck of black people. The relentless onslaught and dehumanization directed at migrants and refugees in some Western countries, notice I left out the name of my country here, well, they are a deep stain on the conscience of humankind, challenging the very values of dignity, equality, and justice.
Participants were equally bold in highlighting human rights challenges. On Thursday, The conference will focus on solutions aimed at addressing human rights violations in Africa. Sophie Mokoena, SABC News, Gaborone, Botswana.